So it's pretty clear you want to buy it. But hold your horses for just a moment and let me show you all the pros and the cons of this product. So please take a moment, watch this short video that I've prepared for you. Thank you.
Okay, so let me show off just a little bit. So there's two components to this platform, and it's basically designed around traffic and tracking, which you can access both from the little menu up here. So traffic and tracking, what we're going to talk about is being able to find the audience. And anytime we're talking about advertising, running paid traffic, all that kind of stuff, we want to be able to define the audience. This product has come about as a result of a discussion I had with a top copywriter who said the most important thing is thinking about who the audience is and what they are, who they are, and what they're trying to achieve. And so we built a platform to help, I guess, eliminate that first testing phase of any advertising campaign. So we can start with either a keyword or a domain, and I'll do both just to sort of show off. So if we're talking about webinar software, we might, of course, I own Webinar Jeo, so that would be a starting point. So let me type in here webinar software. Okay, and we'll just do a search. Now, what happens is the first thing is that it runs off to Google and basically says, if I type in webinar software, these are the top results that I get. Are any of these related to what kind of the traffic you're looking for? So I might now select, and there's Webinar Jeo there, but I might select, well, why not? Select Webinar Jeo, select Ever Webinar, select, what else have we got? Webinar Jam is there. Couple of others probably, any meeting. Okay, so I can pick the sites that are close to me in terms of, you know, if I could get the same traffic as these guys are getting, that would be the right place to start. So once I've selected that, then I can run the analysis. Now, the analysis does take a little while, and you'll see that the sites are loading over here as they're analyzed and then as the data is then aggregated. So what we're doing is we're basically pulling together lots of data from lots of different places to give us an easy view result of what kind of, where we can advertise and how we can find these people. So we can start by saying, well, that's a surprise. I can eliminate pretty much the mobile advertising from my ad spend. I can look at websites that are bidding on these competitor systems, and I can then reanalyze those websites. So I can do multiple levels deep of this analysis. I can look at phrases, and the little hover hint there will tell us key phrases that these businesses or these websites have on them. Organic keywords, what traffic is being sent to these websites and what's the percentage of traffic. What websites are competing for the same keywords as these ones. Paid keywords, this is a good one, where we can actually look at what are the most bid on phrases of our competitive sites. What referral sites, what are the links pointing into them? Similar advertisers, so we can actually see where these sites are advertising, okay, and what phrases are bringing those up. Social referral, so you can see where to spend your effort on traffic. In this case, it would be Facebook from the social perspective. Related links, desktop traffic sources, outgoing links. So from these sites, where do they go to? Incoming links, demographics. We can get into country data, so I can then fine tune my country information, etc. Now, that's a good starting point. But then we get into some of the even cooler stuff, and we can go to things like the brand creatives. So we can actually go and have a look at the kind of ad creatives that are being used to drive traffic. I can look at keywords and I can then run double analysis, like a second level of analysis onto those keywords, my cost per click and competition, all that kind of stuff. I can see, again, those phrases, competitive places, Alexa data, and then aggregate it all through. So my point being that at a glance, and what's coming here is actually more demographics, age, sex. So we can see that it's, females from this particular bracket and that sort of income brackets, etc. So part one of the system is the traffic analysis, and this now becomes a learning algorithm. And what do I mean by that is the longer that we run tracking on our site, the tighter this becomes. And then we get into the tracking side of things. And the tracking, if you've ever used ad tracking software, something like Improvely, we've built this to run. We've basically built this component of it as an Improvely clone. So I currently pay $79 a month just for Improvely, and this is the replacement for. So I can add very simply tracking codes onto my landing pages. I can add onto my conversion pages and my squeeze pages. I can run split tests. So I can start to see where the traffic's coming from, and I can literally just get embed codes that go straight onto any of my pages. Now, very cool is I can add different types of pages. So I can have, is this a thank you page? Is this a landing page? Is it a squeeze page? So I can have multiple pages within my campaign and give different values. So maybe somebody hitting the squeeze page is worth $1, but somebody hitting the thank you page off the sale, might be $40. So I can start to see the value, and then I can start to get things like the traffic sources, the visited demographic data. So I can see the countries that they're coming from, percentage of visits, etc. I can start to see age brackets and real live data from the actual traffic that's hitting the site. Now, what I mentioned being a learning algorithm, the more traffic comes to your pixel, the tighter your Data Jeo traffic system becomes. So you'll be able to then tighten up based on real visitor activity. Where do they go after they leave your site? What Facebook groups are they a part of? What YouTube traffic can we funnel across? What Twitter accounts are they interested in? So the social tabs is I think probably a few days away, but you'll be able to see all of that social data, what Facebook groups, what YouTube channels, what Twitter accounts, so you can run ads specifically on those channels. So that's just a really brief showing off of our data product in that two phases, the traffic side, being able to really take out or eliminate the testing from your advertising campaigns and be able to fine tune straight through, and then also the tracking side to be able to run different campaigns, and so you can say, for example, have multiple campaigns and see which campaigns are resulting in the higher sales. So you might run a red ad and a green ad, and run that test that way. The split testing of each particular page you can set up. You can have different allocation of the. So I need to add a new test within there. So the tracking then gives us real results. So traffic tells us what we need to be aiming for, and tracking tells us the real results of that aim. When we launch, the main product will be the traffic element, and then the tracking we're going to include as a bonus on the front end. So people, if they buy the traffic solution, will get tracking as a bonus, and then we've got an agency level upsell as well. So hope that's cool. And again, that's just me showing off our newest and latest product. And lots more being finished and finalized with it, but I just wanted to show it off for you. All right, hope that's cool.
Cool, right? The bad news is that this offer, it's not going to last long. I strongly urge you to act right now and get your marketing to the next level.